What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we're continuing our Venus through House series, and we'll be discussing Venus in the 10th. You know, I really love going around the zodiac, and I really enjoy, sharing all this knowledge with y'all because it's life. It's real life reflected through this wheel. Okay, and yesterday we discussed the 9th house about really having to believe in something, right? And having love for that belief, or that belief we have for life, it creating beauty and harmony within our existence, okay? So we're at the 10th house now, and there's a lot to know about the houses and things like that, but just know those angles 1, 4, 7, and 10, when planets get there, they are major indicators for your life direction. We're in this thing we call the matrix, right? And in the matrix, what is like the one of the most important things? Our career. Our career is our stamp to the world. It is where we spend the majority of our time. So the 10th house is the house where legends are made, where you really live life. And when Venus gets into the 10th house, you're experiencing a real love for life. Okay, so we know Venus is beauty, love, relationships, pleasure. Okay, and the 10th house is our career, our achievement, our success. Most importantly, how we are viewed by the world, our outer persona. So let's go back to what I said about Venus in the first. You are gorgeous and everyone sees it. In the 10th house, it's very much so the same, but this love and this beauty shines through in your work. So one of the major indicators with this, and it's a beautiful thing, is like this is a strong indicator that you should be doing something creative with your career, okay? If you have like a sun in the 2nd house, or a 6th house influence, you can end up doing something quote unquote mundane, like being a social worker or an accountant or something like that. But whatever it is that you do, this person is going to really love that thing. Okay, so but to me, this is like everyone has a creative aspiration within themselves, and when Venus gets here, it's like it's like getting keys to a Porsche. It's like, drive that motherfucker. You feel me? So I'm here to let anybody know, with Venus in the 10th, if whatever you may think about yourself, throw that out the window. Pay attention to the things that people tell you. Because with this being a prominent house, you're going to be known for your beauty. People are constantly going to be telling you, you look really nice. Or, you feel me? This is good about you. You should do this. So pay attention to those indicators, all right? And whatever talent you have, it could be makeup, right? Because Venus is beauty. You can have a talent for doing makeup well. So this is a person who can go from in their 20s, right, bouncing around from job to job, but every time they go, their friends call them like, yo, girl, can you do my makeup? And you do it, it's like, damn, like, yo, you did a banging ass job. Once you finally find that belief in yourself, the success will come to you, all right? So I want you to know that you want to look at your creative talent, and you want to seek to use that talent within your career. So even if this was, what's a good one with this too, like Venus in the 10th, say you're like a psychologist, right? A psychologist with Venus in the 10th, okay, would be that psychologist who incorporates astrology, because it's a creative aspect to what they're doing, okay? So pay attention to what I'm saying. Seek to use your creative gift, and the success will come to you. Don't sell yourself short here, okay? This is obviously, a great position where, you can get out there and be in front of a camera, right? You could gain fame from this position rather easily because the Venus is attraction and people are attracted to this person. And these are the people, since they love what they do, they have immense charisma for it, okay? So, like I said, if this was an accountant, this would be an accountant, and say this Venus is like in fire or something, this would be an accountant that's like doing your taxes or whatever, hyping you up. So it's a real, you know, a love and a talent towards what you're doing. Now, the real interesting thing here is in the terms of love, right? Relationships and things like that. This Venus loves what they can turn into a workaholic. This Venus can put love on the back burner because they have high expectations. Not of the partner, but of themselves, okay? This Venus is like, man, I know what I want to do, and I'm going to put, you know, my energy, my love, my passion into doing that. And as a result, this is people who have relationships that aren't clingy. You can't be clingy with a Venus in the 10th. And if there is a clingy aspect to that person, I guarantee you the universe creates an obstacle where you have to focus on your work. All right. So remember, Venus is balance. So the person's this is a person above all who really needs and probably projects balance into their relationship. They probably see their partner, you know, 3 times a week, or maybe just on the weekend. Or this is a person who might be in a long distance relationship. You get what I'm saying? Because work is taking central importance. The love, you're really in love with your work, all right? So keep that in mind. Now, the next thing I also, you know, realize that this Venus in the terms of love is that if this Venus is like drifting, right? That hasn't really found their niche, don't know what they want to do, the universe will let them attract someone who is very 10th house, who is very successful, determined, ambitious. And like I've been saying this whole series, it rubs off on that Venus, okay? They don't have their rising signs, but this position, whenever I see Venus in the 10th, I just think about Will and Jada. Because the next wisdom with this is that Venus in the 10th is looking for someone to share their success with. And in order to share their success with that person has to be, you know, somewhat successful or at least ambitious. So, like I said, if you're this Venus and you haven't really found your niche, pay attention to who you've been attracted. And this is like a downside to it. Kind of why, like, this, another reason why this Venus tends to be, you know, single for a while. When this person isn't feeling, or say their sun, you know, which is the ego and stuff, isn't aspected very well, or so, say they have self-esteem issues, this person doesn't want to undertake a relationship because they don't feel good about themselves. They kind of feel inferior. So what happens, they'll actually push people away. All right, and because remember, this is the house of original house of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn and stuff. So the Venus, if they are not happy, if they are not feeling that love, they will restrict themselves from really entering a relationship. But on the flip side, keep in mind what I'm saying. You will attract someone who will show you the way, and you know, you could kind of follow their lead and, you know, feed off of them and things like that. So it's like I said, it's a really, really good position to be in love with your career. And then obviously, since so much time is being spent on the career, like I said, Will and Jada come to mind for me, it's very, you know, prevalent that a person would, them and their spouse or, you know, partner, they would date the same type of, they would be in the same profession. So I also think about like Selena Gomez, how she just goes after, you know, singers and other actors and stuff like that. it makes sense because you're looking for someone to share your success with. But overall, this Venus gets all the eyes. They're constantly complimented. They could really easily achieve fame when they just have that confidence within themselves. Since this, you definitely want to check the aspects. If this is in Capricorn or Venus is sitting with Capricorn, success might come later in life. But once you really put your mind to it and you infuse the love into what you're doing, success is pretty much guaranteed. And just to touch on it, one of my astrologer friends, Dr. Honeytrap, she just asked me recently, I know that the 10th house is known as the house of like father, right? But what if someone's mother is being represented by the 10th house? Let's just go, because this is modern day. We're always adjusting. Nothing is set in stone, right? Part of it, like for those who read charts, you got to use your intuition. The next part is that let's consider it the dominant parent, because obviously we're in a time period where like, hey, fathers ain't always in the picture, okay? So mom might be that real role model, okay? And so that influence, can be either parent. But it's important to know that the parent will have a strong influence on how the person, exerts their will to find a career. So if father wasn't there and mom isn't really ambitious or, successful person, this person could be lost in the sauce. But remember what I said, a partner will come along to show you the way. It's just the way these things work out, But, yeah, man, it's a really, really, really good position. I'm trying to think about, I covered everything, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is my interpretation of Venus in the 10th house. I hope you enjoyed. We're almost at the end of the line. It's been a wonderful series so far. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. If you need a reading, holla at me. Till next time, peace.